Has the big squeeze on silver started? Will silver be squozed by the end of the week? WallStreetBets are talking a lot about silver, but there's also a lot of negative talk about silver out there as well. Lots of hysteria too, and dealers possibly acting very shadily, withdrawing stock over the weekend, only to sell it at very high premiums this week. Silver started to go up already. Will it continue to rise to astronomical heights? Of course it won't. We will not see anywhere near a moonshot in the near future. And in today's video, I want to talk a lot about why I think that is. It is a humongously large market, and silver is not going to be manipulated by a group of individuals. It's been tried before, and it won't succeed. So let's crack on and talk about why we should not rely on a moonshot for silver. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a warm welcome to the roller coaster that is silver. It's been an interesting 24 hours since my last video that I put up, which was of course all about the WallStreetBets squeezing silver, and it's going to go to the moon. It's really not, but okay, let's just hypothetically say it will go to the moon. Loads of people are going to make loads of money, myself included, so I am over the moon about that prospect. But let's be honest, I'm not entirely convinced that that is actually going to happen, and I really want to hammer home my own personal message, which I've been sharing on my channel this entire time I've been here for the last 4.5 years, that responsible investing is the single most important thing that you can do for yourself, for your money, for your livelihoods. And when I see things like we saw this weekend with dealers closing their sales and not taking new orders, they are 100% holding back stock for the higher prices that come out on Monday. And of course, it is now Monday. I'm filming this on Monday morning, and silver prices have jumped up quite a lot, over 10% in the last couple of hours alone at the start of the markets. And that's a great sign. It's nice. I don't get me wrong. You know, a lot of people saw my video the other day talking about WallStreetBets, and were like, "Oh, he's an anti-silver person." Trust me, I'm not. I like silver. I've got a lot of silver. If silver goes to the moon or goes to $1,000 an ounce, I will be a happy bunny rabbit. Let me tell you, there will be a lot of silver being sold from the Backyard Bullion household, and we will be enjoying those profits. However, that is not something that I think will happen, and I'm going to tell you exactly for why in this video. Silver is a very large market compared to Gamestop and all of the fun that's going on with some of the other stocks and shares like AMC and BlackBerry and whatever other ones, Nokia I think there is as well. Silver is a different animal altogether, and the fact that it is such a humongously large market compared with the likes of Gamestop and all the others is exactly why it cannot be squeezed, or it won't be squoze, as they say from Reddit. It won't be squoze by the actions of people over on Reddit. It's just not possible. The amount of buying power that's needed from these private individuals is just unfathomably large, and I think a lot of people have actually cottoned onto that. I've seen a lot more threads over on that WallStreetBets. I'm not an active member on it by any stretch, but I am more certainly keeping an eye on it just to see what people are saying. But I'm seeing more and more threads on there going that they think it's part of the cabal of Wall Street to convince you not to buy silver, or convince you to buy silver because it means you're not going to be buying GME and AMC and all of that. That combined with the fact that the physical silver market is very different to the paper silver market, and to be able to short squeeze the silver market on paper is almost impossible from any kind of buying power of collective individuals. You're going to need, literally trillions of dollars to be able to do that. It's been tried before a number of times throughout history from various different players in markets, and it's never succeeded, and there's a very clear reason for that. And I do think that the hysteria that is being created is the thing that I am most concerned about. Now, it's wonderful to have the headlines saying silver is going up, raising the awareness of silver. I am all for that. It's great to see that for a change, and it's also nice to kind of be we are all that have been stacking for a while anyway, we are all vindicated now that we made the right choices. We have this metal in our hands already. We have it ready to go. A lot of what you see here on the table was bought significantly less than the prices are now. It's wonderful to sit here and think that this stuff is just appreciating in value every single day at the moment because of the hysteria that's out there. However, the hysteria that is out there and these headlines that are out there are going to have the negative effect on a lot of people. Now, a lot of people have said to me in comment sections on my videos that the WallStreetBets movement is not about making money. It's about sticking it to the man. It's about collapsing Wall Street, collapsing the banking sector, and it's basically just doing one over on Melvin Capital, I think it is the big one, or various others as well. Silver is not the article to do that. A lot of Wall Street has got long positions on silver. They want silver to go up, and if it does go up as well, and it's going to potentially look to, cripple some of the players that have got all of these giant short contracts, I personally don't think that's going to happen. I think the amount of silver that is out there at the moment is more than enough to cover all of that. And in my opinion, I don't think that is going to happen. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, fine, great. I'm going to be a millionaire because the amount of silver that I have, if it goes to $1,000 an ounce, I will be quids in, as we say here in the United Kingdom. So very much interesting times ahead for sure. But the thing that, as I said, really concerns me a lot is the hysteria, the fear of missing out, the jumping on bandwagons and attempting to get on gravy trains, which people will do and are doing. And the advantage that will be taken of them by dealers and other unscrupulous individuals out there selling silver. There are going to be a lot of premium increases over this next week or two. And I'm already starting to see it. Now, as I said earlier, dealers this weekend had a big old quandary on their minds. Do they sell out their entire stocks, or do they restrict their sales and wait for the markets to open on Monday to sell at higher prices? And that's exactly what 99% of all dealers out there did in this world. And I am not going to dispute the fact that there was a huge run on physical silver this last weekend. There was, and I'm sure that a lot of these dealers really cashed in and enjoyed the fact that they've now got a significant large amount of money in their bank accounts. However, they could not go out and buy more stock on the weekend. The markets are closed. So, of course, they want to close their books. And you saw it from APMEX. If you've not seen their statement from the CEO about their positions on silver and why they had to stop trading, then just go and have a read of it now. It's really, really enlightening, really interesting. But what I don't like and what I don't agree with is the fact that now when you look at places like APMEX and others, it's not just APMEX, there are plenty of dealers taking advantage of the premiums that are now able to be charged because people without much knowledge of the industry are coming in and trying to buy these coins. And for example, I am seeing right now on APMEX and numerous other sites, Eagles being offered out at $43 an ounce, $43 a coin, when spot price at the moment of filming $29.44 an ounce. That's a humongous premium on a simple bullion coin. And to put it in perspective, buyback prices on these dealers' websites will be spot price at best, if not less than spot price for some. So you are going to be up the brown creek without a paddle. Now, the ultimate problem here is not that people are going to be pushing up silver. As I said, I love silver to go up. It's great to see it go up, and it's lovely to actually be right, be vindicated, as I said. It really is. But what I don't like is the fact that people will jump on this bandwagon, they will go off and they will buy silver wherever they can find it, at whatever price they can find it. And then a lot of the time as well, let's face facts here, these bullion companies are now saying as well that delivery will take an extra 10 days. They're not going to get physically their silver in their hand for another couple of weeks. And COVID, postal delays and all of that, it could be at least 2-3 weeks before some of the orders that were placed this weekend are physically in people's hands. And that then means they cannot sell it back. You cannot then cash it out quickly. So all of these claims that silver's going to shoot the moon within the next week, it's going to go to $50 an ounce, $100 an ounce more because it's going to be squeezed. They're going to squeeze it. It's just not practical because you're not going to be able to sell that physical silver back. So there's going to be a load of people who've bought on this wave up, which I have no doubt will continue for the next couple of days, perhaps even over the rest of the week. We might see a continual gradual rise of silver. I don't think we're going to see it shoot up exponentially by any stretch. And I think if it was going to shoot up exponentially, it probably would have done it by now, even more so than it has. We haven't even reached, by the way, the highs of last year, 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago. Silver was over $32 an ounce. It hasn't even broken $30 an ounce yet at the time of filming, anyway, because anything could happen by the time this film goes out. But my point here is that there are going to be a lot of people who will get burnt by this because they don't know the true reason for investing in silver, buying silver, preserving wealth. You don't buy silver to only sell it back and make a quick buck on it. You can do that, and it is most certainly possible to make money on silver in the short term, but it is not a reliable way to do it, and you can very much get burnt on it. And I have seen so many times over my 4 or 5 years, I was going to say 10 year, but I'm not 10 years on YouTube yet, but my tenure here on YouTube has yielded me so much information from people, from seeing videos of people who have bought a bunch of silver, they've gone perhaps a little over what they needed, or they've even been responsible and bought a decent amount that is right for them, but situations change, they lose their jobs, their car breaks, their boiler breaks, they need to go into hospital. If you're in the US and it costs you a lot of money, you might need to sell a lot of your silver to pay medical bills. You know, there are so many things in this world, especially right now with the pandemic going on, that are just going to potentially require people's cash to be liquidated. And when you have to liquidate silver at a time which is not of your choosing, you are more than likely going to lose your cash. If you do want to try and preserve that cash, that money that you've put into something, you're going to have to, take the time to sell it on the second-hand market. There are going to be millions and millions of people who potentially have small positions in silver that want to get out of it and can't do it quickly, or they go back to their dealer and they realize, hang on, I'm going to lose a lot of money here. I thought silver was a really good thing to buy, and they're going to get disillusioned. They're going to lose money. That's just my opinion. A lot of people say, what's the worst that could happen? People are saving money. Yes, that's good. That's fantastic. Great. Save money if you can. Save money if you can budget to save money, but don't think that you're going to make money from silver. Certainly the SLV index, it's going to be a rocky old ride, that one, if you're going to be just playing the index. It's basically day trading, it's forex trading, and if you've never ever seen the losses that are possible in the speed and the time that happens, then yeah, fine, you do so at your own risk. Now I will say there is of course a silver lining about buying some silver. I don't want to have this be 100% negative video, because there are a lot of really good things out there about silver that are important. If loads of people that are new to the market are buying silver coins for the very first time, that is great. It is going to be good for them to hold for the long term. I have always said, and I will always continue to say, I think silver is undervalued. I think silver will increase in value over time. I think that there is a plenty of growth potential for silver. However, I do not think that we can squeeze the market. I do not think it is right to look to try and squeeze the market either. I think it is the height of hypocrisy. That's another thing I want to talk about as well. Perhaps I'll reserve that for another video. But the level of hypocrisy that I see from the WallStreetBets people is staggering. They're protesting against the manipulation of Wall Street by manipulating the market. Yeah, that's in my opinion not really the best argument to be making. But hey, I'm just a guy who likes to talk about shiny things here on YouTube. I'm not a financial advisor like all these people on WallStreetBets say. They are not financial advisors as well. So what do I know? So it's going to be a rocky old road. It really is. I just want to be reiterating my message that I have done so for years and years and years. Buy responsibly. Buy responsibly. It is the most important thing you can do. Understand that you probably will have to hold your silver for a while. The silver lining of silver compared to things like Gamestop and AMC and all of the others is that if Gamestop goes to zero, you pretty much will lose everything. It won't go back up again. But if silver doesn't quite shoot the moon, you will still always have some underlying value. Silver is always going to have value. It's got proven track records of value, and that is the most important thing that is different between this and GameStop. So, yeah, lots to see in this week. I'm almost certain this won't be my last video. In fact, probably by the time this video goes live, a lot of what's been said in it will be completely wrong. But that's the nature of the markets right now. They are so fast moving, they are so difficult to predict and to understand, and especially when you've got a group of people who don't really understand what they're talking about. talking about buying SLV and demanding delivery of it like that. That's not how the market works. That is not how the market works, and people don't understand that. It's just not practical. In terms of the movement and hypocrisy and anarchist kind of movement that's coming out from this, I'm feeling very uneasy about that. And I do want to sort of finish my video by talking about this. That I see a lot of people talking about sticking it to the man, crashing Wall Street, destroying the banks. What good exactly does that think, or do people think that's going to yield? In a time where we're seeing unprecedented levels of hardship, unemployment, healthcare costs rising. There's just so many different things out there that are going to be against people losing more jobs and economies crashing and banks failing and Wall Street failing and economies going down. We don't want that. We want to be able to support people, we want to be able to support businesses and get people through this hard time. And so for the notion of people wanting to crash the system is complete hypocrisy and anarchist kind of fundamentalism in a way, and it's something that I don't agree with at all. I think silver is a hedge. It's something to protect your wealth rather than to create new wealth. It won't create new wealth, and a lot of people think this is the start of the return to the gold standard and silver standard. It won't be. It just won't be. I was having a discussion with my good friend who I mentioned in the last video. Actually, it's quite funny. Every time we have discussions and I do a video about it, the video does very well. He's a little. What was it called? Little leprechaun for me. He does lots of really good things. He's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, so to speak. We were talking about this. Silver's not going to go to the moon. It is really not going to go to the moon. I even talked with Mrs. Backyard Bullion about it, and she just raised one eyebrow at me and was like, yeah, it's not going to happen. I raised the question to her, so what would you do if silver went to £1,000 an ounce? It's not going to happen. It's just not worth entertaining. So it's not, and people need to understand that. Silver's going to go up. Definitely it's going to go up. 100% it's going to go up in the next couple of days and weeks. Should you go out and buy more? Of course you could, and should if you can afford it. I have always been an advocate of silver as a vehicle, as an article of protecting and preserving wealth. And I think right now, with potential crashes on Wall Street around the corner, holding physical is really, really important. But doing it specifically to try and squeeze the market to get it to the moon, not going to happen. 100% not going to happen. And I will more than happily eat my hat if I'm wrong. People are going to be saying in the comment section, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're going to be wrong. If I'm wrong, great. If I'm wrong, it's got a silver lining. I will be a millionaire. It is fantastic. So, we'll just have to see what happens this week. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. It's a bit of a ranty ramble at the camera here. It's an interesting time. It really is. And I'm going to be doing more commentaries on this as it evolves across the week. I think it's really important to try and keep people, I think, abreast of certainly my way of thinking, because I think what I like to say is I present a down-to-earth, level-headed approach to a lot of what's going on right now. Jumping on bandwagons is not my thing. It never has been, and it's just a recipe for disaster, I think, for a lot of people. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Please comment respectfully of mine and other people's opinions. We are not here to just simply have a shout and bargee at each other. Let's keep it healthy, let's keep it safe, and let's have some fun. Otherwise, hit the subscribe button for future videos on this. Lots more to come in the week, I have no doubt. We'll see you on the next one. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.